You are tuned in to a Fireside chat with Zany Mystic. Join us now on another exciting metaphysical journey. Relax, tune in, drop out, and take a seat by the fire as we explore new realms and possibilities. This is Magenta Pixie. You can find me at magentapixie.weebly.com. But now, here is Zany Mystic and guest. Enjoy the show.
Greetings, and welcome to a Fireside Chat with Zany Mystic. I'm your host, Lance White. Tonight, I'm delighted to welcome Jay Weidner back to the show. Jay is a worldwide authority on the Hermetic and alchemical traditions. He's a renowned author, filmmaker, and modern-day Indiana Jones in his ongoing quest for clues to mankind's spiritual destiny via ancient societies and artifacts. His film company, Sacred Mysteries Cinema, offers a vast panorama of DVDs from 2012 The Odyssey to his latest work on life after death called Infinity. You can find his films here at www.sacredmysteries.com. For Jay's cutting-edge writing and research, you can go to www.jayweidner.com. So now let's welcome Jay back to the show. Hi, Jay. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, Lance. How are you?
I'm good. On this new moon?
Yep.
I was a little bit surprised to see the email about the ancient alchemical secrets finally coming out to be revealed.
Yeah, it's actually very exciting. As you know, I've been studying alchemy for a quarter of a century now, and I knew that there was an ancient prophecy that said that before this age ends, the secret of alchemy would be released to the world. And I decided a few months ago that I would start the release, and I was hoping that I would get some backup. And fortunately, I got that backup. And about late April of this year, an anonymous gentleman released the secret on the internet, and he's giving it away for free. You can download it and get it for free. And it's called the Book of Aquarius, and it's written by a guy who calls himself Anonymous.
Yes.
And I read the book, and I can guarantee you that this is the most seriously advanced book on alchemy and how to make the Philosopher's Stone that's ever been written. And it's the clearest. And he tells you the step-by-step methods for exactly how to make the Philosopher's Stone and the Elixir of Life.
Now, where do people download that from?
Well, they can go to either Sacred Mysteries and go to where on the right side, the top, it says the Golden Age has begun. You click that. You go to my article, which describes all of this, and it has the link to it. Or you can go to jayweidner.com and click on the top article, The Golden Age has begun.
Wonderful. Now, I've read the document, and I've never seen anything quite like it, so I can verify that this is new information to me, which is not saying much, but I've never read anything, and I've delved into some esoteric things over the years, and this is definitely brand new information. For those who might not know, what is the history of the Philosopher's Stone and the Elixir of Life, and why has it been so closely guarded in the secret societies that have held on to this secret for hundreds of years?
Yeah, more like thousands.
Thousands, yes, exactly.
Yeah. Like 12,000 years, actually, since the secret of the stone has been out. And, well, I guess basically it is, in every culture that has history, there's a story, there's stories and legends of this magical stone or this powder that you can take. The Taoists in China, the Hindus, or they weren't Hindus then, the Vedics, the Purana texts in India, Egypt, Middle East, even Europe. And basically, all religions appear to be remnant memories of the alchemical tradition. I can get into that later on how that works. But basically, there's these texts that have been, strewn across time, going all the way back to the book on Hermes Trismegistus, which is Thrice Great Hermes, which is actually the formula for how to make the stone. That's probably the oldest writing ever on Earth, and it happens to be all about alchemy. And what basically these very intelligent people were saying in these ancient texts was that there was a thing that could be made that essentially concentrates chi. So the question becomes, there's two questions that you have to ask. The first question is there a life energy force that permeates and pervades nature? If your answer is no, well, then you just go back to being a Republican and life can go on. If your answer is yes, then you have to ask the second question, and that is it possible to concentrate this life energy force and ingest it? That's the answer to that is alchemy and the Philosopher's Stone. So the alchemists asked themselves the question, and then they went looking into nature for how to concentrate the chi. And they concentrated it through the making of the stone. And I want to tell everybody that everybody needs to download the book. You need to print it so the internet kill switch, when it is thrown, you have a hard copy. And I have purchased and am doing the experiment, and all of the equipment that I have purchased is less than $300.
All right.
Yeah, and that was, enterprisingly going around and getting it on eBay, the things I needed, and they aren't very complicated. And the experiment itself is not very complicated. It is lengthy. It's going to take about 18 months. But after the first part, basically you just are adjusting heat and putting new fluids into your retorts and things for the last part, which is only like a once a week, maybe 10-15 minute thing. So it isn't a lot of work. And it was a lot of work when there wasn't electricity, but now it isn't. And so the question becomes, what is the Philosopher's Stone, and what happens when you concentrate chi? And the answer to that, according to these ancient alchemical texts and Taoist texts, is that there's two things you can do. You can either take it slowly, a little bit every day, and what will happen is that your aging process will begin to reverse, which every baby boomer listening is going to go perking up their ears at the moment. And then you can do what you call the heroic dose, which is a lot of it at once, in which then you go into a complete age reversal in a rather quick period of time. Your hair falls out, your teeth fall out, your skin dissolves and regrows, your nervous system regrows, and you become 18 years old again or so.
Wow.
And I know it sounds crazy, and I'm willing to take the flack on it, because I know that there's enough people listening who will download it, who will do the experiment, that if we can get enough people, let's say we get 5,000 people who actually, just 5,000, who actually make the stone, okay? 2 years from now, 5,000 people have the Philosopher's Stone. That single act will change the world. And our relationship with time will completely change. We're slaves to time right now because we have so little of it. When we have a lot of time, we won't have to hurry any longer. There's other ancillary benefits to all this too, which we can get into. But we've got nuclear power, maybe 6 possible meltdowns of a nuclear power plants right now. We're in 3 different wars, maybe 5, depending on how you're counting. We're borrowing $189 million an hour, $30 million a minute, $500,000 a second to China, from China.
Wow.
And systems are breaking down everywhere. There's not going to be any health care, no matter what you think that is about to be delivered by the government. And so we're at this real critical place, and we need an out. Jose Arguelles used to say that, right when the heat gets the hottest, the water turns into steam and escapes. And so we're looking for a forward escape out of the problems that have been created. And this is the answer right here. This is the answer. Once you understand what the Philosopher's Stone is and what it can do, you have to realize that you don't need doctors anymore. You really don't. You only eat food because you like the taste of it. You don't even need food. You're on full bore chi, and your psychic powers are enhanced, and your physical powers are enhanced, and you begin reversing the aging process. And this is the thing that will transmute the Iron Age into the Golden Age. And the Golden Age is when the stone is ubiquitous. When everyone in society has the stone, then that's the Golden Age. And by the way, rumors are that, say you have an apple seed, and you plant the seed in the ground, and you put a little bit of the white powder stone around the seed, and that tree will grow in like a year to a full-grown apple tree.
Wow.
So we can reforest and renew the earth also.
Huh.
And the earth is just a gigantic chi-making organism.
Huh.
That's what it does. That's what everything alive is doing. It's making chi, and so this is the revolution.
Well, yes, it seems like there needs to be one because there are so many forces and powers that are working against us. That we could easily get into that. Now, what about 2012 and the whole? You've done so much work on the 2012 architecture, the Cross of Henday, and how does that fit into the Golden Age?
Well, the age, this is the age of iron, and the Cross of Henday says that the age of iron is coming to an end real soon. Fulcanelli tells us that too, and it is going to be an apocalypse for people who aren't ready for what's about to happen, and that's the way it is, and I'm sad and sorry about that, but we don't have to succumb to those pressures, and if we're forward thinking enough and we realize that, this stuff isn't fairy tale, isn't airy-fairy, it's real, and it's scientific, then we can level the playing field. If the elites have the Philosopher's Stone, and that's debatable, we don't know if they do or not. It appears like they don't. It appears as if they're so damn dumb they don't even know about it, and I don't think they care about it. Otherwise, they'd be stamping it out, and the Book of Aquarius wouldn't be even available. But so that's the debate among people that study alchemy. Is there a group that has the secret, or has the age of iron completely obliterated the secret and only to be resuscitated right now? That's what I believe. I believe that's what the prophets say, and I believe that's what the age of Aquarius is all about. The age of Aquarius is, of course, a person with a vase of water, and the vase is, of course, your crucible for cooking your how to make your stone, and the water is, of course, the prima materia for making the stone. And so at the age of Aquarius, like clockwork, we have a renaissance of alchemy and a renewal of the earth. And it's manna from heaven, baby.
Yeah, well, I've read about it in it's in the Bible, and it's in numerous ancient texts, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And it has many miraculous properties, including enhancing your psychic abilities and